What's up, guys? Today I'm back with a brand new episode of The Road to Mediocrity. For this episode, it's going to be another talking episode, no gameplay, I'm sorry, guys. And I'm going to be talking about a little bit of the leak that was posted earlier today, actually. So, I thought it was really interesting. We got some really cool information out of it. I'm kind of angry at the guy, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. Overall, pretty hyped about this, and I think after you get done watching this, you guys will be too, so let's get right into it. I'm just gonna start out by saying that I did get a lot of these from an Imgur album that got posted. So as you can see here, there is a replay channel and a world stats thing. The world stats thing might be really cool. Not sure how that's going to work out. We'll see, I guess. But I'm very, very hyped about the spectate function and the replay channel. That means that, guess what, guys? I can make tournaments. I can stream them, and we'll be able to have a lot of fun doing that. So I'm going to be able to actually have full-on tournaments and commentate and everything, have fun with you guys with it. So very, very excited about that. Very happy they decided to include a replay channel. Hopefully it's not going to be 3 minutes long like Brawl, but I guess we'll see what they're planning for this. I'm guessing it's going to be a lot like Mario Kart 7 in the sense that it's the full video. It's not really recorded like a video though. It's in a compressed form, so it's almost like it's replaying the match to every specification. So I'm not sure if that's how it's going to work because, again, and this has been reiterated in a lot of different places, there are a lot more variables to Smash than there are Mario Kart. So definitely not a for sure thing, but very much looking forward to that feature and very happy that we got that today in this leak. So this is one that I thought was kind of cool personally. I know we kind of knew about it already, but the Mii character in Smash is going to be customizable, and apparently it's going to be very well customizable. So, like we saw earlier, we did see before Meta Knight was announced that there was a Meta Knight mask. So I thought that was kind of funny, but there's a bunch of comics and all that, so I thought that was pretty funny. So looking towards this, we see that there is Mii Fighter headgear, so there's definitely hats. We've already kind of seen that, but I thought that might be something that's kind of neat to reiterate that it is pretty cool. Something I thought was kind of interesting, I believe that is a trophy of a Koopaling. Now, something that we did see recently with the leak today was Bowser Jr. is actually in Smash. So I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. Hopefully that means that the leak, and I'll show you this leak at the end of the video, that came out last week is actually true. I'm not holding my breath, but very, very hopeful that this is a completely and utterly true leak, because that means that we're going to have Ridley. We're going to be having the alternates for Bowser Jr. is going to be full out all of the Koopalings, so I'll be very, very happy if that's actually the case. The thing is that with that being a trophy, I'm not entirely sure, and this is the point that I really wanted to point out, I'm not entirely sure that this is going to actually happen. I think that it's possible that there's also a trophy of him, because we've seen something similar to that before. Of course, Mario has trophies and such. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not counting on it. Definitely possible, though. Okay, so this one's a little cool. I just wanted to point out that in this we see that first off, there's obviously a lot of trophies that are being earned in whatever this is. I'm guessing that this is the final screen for the classic mode of some sort that they're actually adding in. But not sure again, so we'll see. The thing I'm very happy about though is that it seems like there's 8 trophies? There's 8 trophies that this person, at least, there might be more below the screen that we don't know about. There's at least 8 trophies that this person earned in one playthrough. That means that either, which would be bad, either they're going to make it so there are very few trophies and you can get them very quickly, or there's going to be a lot of trophies, which is probably more likely. and we'll be able to get a lot of different collectibles, and there's a lot of playability for the classic modes that they're going to be introducing. So very, very happy about that. Also, if you look towards the top of the screen, you'll see a gold earned thing, and that means that, again, we've already kind of seen it, but the store concept is probably going to be a full-fledged concept and not just something that we use our play coins on. And I know that some people on the forums were a little bit iffy on whether or not that was going to be a complete function of the game. Well, as we see now, you can earn gold from whatever mode this is. I'm guessing again that it's classic mode because it says final stage, and that's just kind of how classic mode works. But I'm very, very happy about that, and I think that it's something that's just going to add to the replayability of the game and make it so it's a lot of fun to stream, a lot of fun to play, and overall has something for everyone, whether it be a competitive player or just a player that enjoys going for all the achievements, or a casual player, whatever, you will enjoy Smash, period. So very, very happy about that. And you guessed it, I know that I've seen lots of people that said there was no way this was going anywhere, but there seems to be a spectating mode. Obviously, we saw that earlier. That includes betting, and I am so happy about that. That is a fantastic addition to the game. Well, not really addition. It's kind of an addition because this is a new iteration on a new type of console. Obviously, there hasn't been a Smash Bros. For DS or any other handheld before this, but it's really, really nice to see it making a return and an addition to the type of game that it's going to come out to be. I'm very, very, very pleased to see that they're making this a complete game and something that can definitely stand on its own rather than rely on having a Wii U. Now, don't get me wrong, for competitive, obviously, once the month goes by, month or so, I think it's like a month and 10 days after Smash 4 for 3DS comes out, that Wii U version comes out, but nevertheless, I think that that's going to take a little bit of a competitive turn. I think that first month it's probably going to be Smash 3DS, definitely all the way, people playing competitively everywhere. I think that it might start to switch over a little bit. Maybe there might be different tournaments for it. I'm not sure how it's going to go. We've never had something like this before. But I think that things are going to start to switch over a little bit when the Wii U version comes out. So I'm very, very happy to see it being a full game that you can enjoy completely on its own. So this is a quick one. I just thought that it might be kind of neat to point out that this almost works like a board game. I think that it looks really cool. I like that type of idea. I think that in Mario Party, when you're going around playing all the mini games and such, on the board game version of it at least, I think that that's a fantastic idea, and I think it's kind of fun. So I thought that was neat. Also, I'd like to point out that there is an intensity meter. Intensity 2 seems like it's probably pretty easy on the lower end. It probably goes up to 9 or something. Who knows? We'll see that in the future, obviously. But I'd like to point that out because later on we're going to get a little bit more in depth with it. So, again, we have a fantastic addition onto the already ever-growing list of variation in gameplay that we're going to have. We have the varied smashes. So we have 10-man, 100-man, 3-minute, rival, endless, and cruel smash. So 10-man and 100-man, you probably will fight wireframes again. 3-minute, you probably will fight wireframes, maybe actual characters for 3 minutes, see how many you can take down. Rival smash, you defeat more enemies than your rivals. So that seems like it's going to be interesting. Endless smash is just destroying everything for a very long time. And Cruel Smash is very, very cruel, difficult computer players that really, really are kind of difficult to beat. And I'm guessing they're going to be wireframe again, but I'm not sure. Who knows how they're going to work this new one. I think that they might, but we'll see, I guess. But going back to what I was saying, that's fantastic to see because, again, they're not skimping on gameplay. They're including everything into 3DS Smash, and that's awesome to see because it stands on its own, and that's just fantastic for people that either don't have the money to buy a Wii U and just want to get Smash for 3DS, or even people that want to get the Wii U one and just want to have a portable version of Smash. It's a complete Smash game. And that's what people were kind of unsure about at the start, and even getting up until recently, that it was going to be a compatible experience in the sense that you needed to have a Wii U and a 3DS to fully enjoy it. And as we're seeing more and more, that's not the case at all. So I'm very pleased to see that, and kudos to you, Nintendo, because this is something you did not have to do, and you did it, and you did it very well. So it's very great to see that. So going back to what I was saying a minute ago, the effort slash intensity seems to be something that you can change, and then maybe pay some of your money to change it even more and lower it. So I'm guessing if you lose, it probably lowers it or something and lowers your payout in gold. Then when it raises the intensity, maybe it adds to your payout in gold. And then if you have to lower it, then it gets rid of it again. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm guessing it's somewhat like that. I know that other games that are Nintendo games have worked similar. So it might be a mechanic similar to that, but it definitely has some sort of paying to lower the difficulty in it, and I think that's a pretty cool mechanic to add, especially because it's just going to put another variation to the gameplay. Like I've been saying the whole video, these leaks really reinforce the idea to me that Nintendo is making this a complete experience. So adding in all of these new little features just adds to the list. It's fantastic to see. So the intensity meter, pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll see how it works, but I think that this is going to be a neat addition. In this screenshot, we see News Smash. Shulk has grabbed the most attack stat boosts. Now wait a second. Wait a second. Shulk confirmed. No, we already knew that, but that's kind of cool. The little, almost maybe a scroller. I don't know. It might be a scroller. Who knows? But the News Smash thing that came in, I think that's kind of cool. Also, there's a car of some sort. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I guess we'll see in the future. I honestly have no idea. But again, it's just a neat little feature. The News Smash Shulk has grabbed the most attack stat boosts for the Smash run. So I think that's pretty cool. I think it's a neat addition onto an already very unique and definitely fun mode. So excited for the little quirks to the game almost, because they just add to the experience. I think that that's a very cool thing to add on. So 100% behind that. It's not game changing or anything, but again, it's a little leak here, and I think it's a pretty cool one. Dark Pit confirmed. I have to say, this is one of few that I'm not really excited at all about. I really don't see a point for Dark Pit to be in it. Hopefully, his moveset is very, very different to actual Pit's moveset. I don't know visually how this is going to stack up, especially because if you have a different colored Dark Pit, then how will you distinguish between a different colored normal Pit? So I don't know about this one. I guess we'll see in the future. I'm not entirely against it, but if I could choose to put in a unique character over instead of Dark Pit, then I probably would. I guess we'll see how it goes, but I'm not really holding my breath on this one. I don't think this is going to be a great clone. And finally, in the last picture that I'm going to be using, we see that the Master Hand is back with the normal stamina fight. Very happy to see that. Staying true to the old formula of classic mode, final fight against the Master Hand. Probably going to see Crazy Hand and the additions of maybe other types of hands. Who knows? Who knows? there might actually be a return of the melee glitch where you can choose Master Hand. Who knows? Actually, I don't think that's probably gonna be included, but I guess we'll see. Master Hand's always been kind of an interesting aspect to Smash, so I'm glad to see he's back in this game. That's about it for these. I'm gonna leave you guys with one final picture. So, the time has come. Finally, I'm going to leave you with this post. So first, guys, I'd like to request that you pause the video and read this post real quick, because it's fairly important that you understand exactly what this person is saying to the exact detail. So I'll give you a second to pause it and read through it, and then I'll pause the video and I'll get right back into it. So hopefully you've paused the video, read through this, or you already know about it, and you're just looking towards my opinion of it. So first off, we see that we have already gotten the leak of Shulk, Bowser Jr., Duck Hunt Dog, Dr. Mario, and Dark Pit. Now that alone, if that was the only thing at all that was leaked, would completely make me believe it. And again, I'm going to say my piece, and I don't want to argue about it. It's just my opinion, and you guys can choose whether or not you want to agree with it. So, I would believe it right then and there. If that was the only thing that was announced, I think that Duck Hunt Dog is kind of left field enough that people probably should believe it on its own. Dark Pit, kind of left field. I don't think a lot of people expected Nintendo to bring him into the game. Dr. Mario I did not expect at all, because he wasn't in Brawl, and I didn't think that he'd be back in 3DS. That being said, I am happy about it. I play him a lot in Melee, so pretty happy about that. Shulk, people were kind of iffy about, so I guess, yeah, that's fine. That one might have been able to be guessed. So I'm not too impressed with that, but the other ones I am. I'm very impressed. Bowser Jr., I think that after the inclusion of all the Koopalings in the newest Mario Kart for Wii U, Mario Kart 8, that it became a little bit more believable that they could be included. So again, not too surprising, but the other three definitely kind of left field and not really expected. So kudos to this person. If they guessed this, they guessed good. And I don't think they did, so I'm going to explain the rest of my opinion here. So, Dixie, Chorus Men, Ridley, and Mewtwo will probably be making a return, in my opinion. I think Ridley's kind of a shoo-in anyways, but we've already went over that in my first video. So, Snake, Lucas, Ice Climbers, and Wolf are cut. They might not be cut. Now, if this person got it from one source, it might have looked like they were cut and actually be DLC, like we heard from another certain leak, and I'm not going to show that leak, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about if you're hardcore enough of a fan to be looking this up randomly on some niche gaming channel that only has 80 subscribers. But it's just saying, I think that that's kind of a interesting thing to point out, especially because we got another leak that said they were going to be DLC. So Dr. Mario is a clone, yeah. Dark Pit is a clone, yeah. Each character gets 8 alternate costumes, yeah. Alf is appearing as 4 costumes, while Olimar has 4 costumes, and that makes the 8 for Olimar. Yeah, I can see that. The thing is when you get down a little bit farther, you get Bowser Jr. appears as a newcomer and allegedly fights from a Koopa clown car, has no alt colors but instead has the Koopalings as alts. Now, that in particular strikes me as extremely specific, and I think that right there validates this entire leak. Because, as we saw from the 7 videos earlier, he is definitely in that Koopa car. Or the clown car, I mean. And as we saw earlier, he has some strange attacks. And if you look down a little bit, he rides in Koopa Cart that attacks with cannonballs and boxing gloves and stuff that ejects from the clown's mouth. Boom, that's it. That right there, validated. In my humble opinion, that validates it right there. Now, Duck Hunt is in, from what I've been told, it's Duck Hunt dog fighting with the ducks on his back who assists for certain attacks. I can see that. It's not completely unbelievable, and now that we have him confirmed 100% without a doubt, I can see that being true. So, with all that being said, I feel like it's kind of crazy to not consider this complete truth, other than maybe the fact that there might be DLC characters that this person or the person that gave this person the leak didn't necessarily know about. So we might still see Snake, we might still see Lucas, we might, because there were some issues with FPS with Ice Climbers and free-for-alls. So maybe we might see Ice Climbers and we might see Wolf. But I'm thinking that they'll be either unlockables or DLC. And that's purely speculation on my part, but I think that that's what's going to happen. So that's my piece. I'm thankful that this all came out, and the thing is, I'm one of the people that really likes all the spoilers and getting all the news and such with these games, and I think that the person on ESRB that released all this was totally out of line. I think that I'll direct you guys to the Smash Bros subreddit right now, one of the top posts on it, and it's a person that expressed a certain devotion that Sakurai has to this game, which he definitely has. We've seen it so many times in the past. And that this idiot just decided that he was going to take his 10 minutes of fame and release all of this information before it was actually given to us by the creator that's poured so much passion into this project. And I think that's totally wrong, and I'm not going to get into how much I feel about that, but like, that's a very, very wrong thing to do, and that person should feel bad about it, because that's not okay. This guy has poured his life into these games, and to take those releases away from him is wrong. That said, I'm not going to dwell on it because it has happened and all is said and done. So I'm going to make this video and post it and not have any regrets about it, because it's not like this is going to leak anything. All this has already been said, it's already been posted everywhere. So this is just me going over and recapping some of the things that we saw. So I hope you guys understand that. I really agree with the guy that's on the front page of Reddit right now with that post. I can't stand this guy, but because it's out, I am going to make a video on it, and I am going to go over all of it, so I hope you guys can understand that. And I think that's going to be it for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of support with this new focus that I'm going to be having, and I am so looking forward to the October release date for Smash for 3DS. I will be streaming it, I'll be making strategy guides for it, analysis, videos, everything. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm so grateful that you guys have been so supportive in me going towards this type of casting and video making. So, thank you so much, and have a great day. I'll be back with a couple other videos soon, maybe. Probably going to be going over whatever the next release information we get is, and we'll go from there. So thank you for watching, and until next time, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, drop them below. I like to hear from you guys, any opinions you might have, quality concerns, anything at all. Constructive criticism is always welcome. So thanks, and bye-bye.